Just weeks after disaster was avoided at the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan, Soyuz is readying for its next manned flight tomorrow. Crew members are set to blast off to the International Space Station Monday. RT's Maria Finoshina is at the launch site with a preview for us.
At the Baikonur Cosmodrome, these preparations may look routine. They've been doing it for 60 years. The rocket is assembled, look at this, it's ready, then transported to the launch site where it's raised to a vertical position, then fueled, then checked and double-checked. It was done here when the first human was sent to space from here, Yuri Gagarin. But this time is different. The last manned launch didn't go well. No one wants that to happen again.
October's takeoff started smoothly. But 90 seconds into the flight, something went wrong.
The failure of the booster.
While separating, the rocket stages bumped into each other. The 50-meter, 300-ton construction was crippled. The automatic emergency system immediately aborted the mission and undocked the crew capsule. Instead of going to the International Space Station, they landed in Kazakhstan's endless steppes, hundreds of kilometers from where they had taken off just minutes earlier.
Baikonur launch site is intentionally remote. Back in the 1950s, at the height of the Cold War, it was a practical necessity to hide the spaceport away from prying Western eyes, but also away from people, to avoid victims in case of a rocket disaster.
This wilderness is where the emergency capsule with 2 fortunate crew members landed safely. The rescue training is part of an obligatory routine before every launch. Helicopters, jeeps, navigation systems are involved, and people learn how to coordinate to find the crew quickly. And this time, their skills saved 2 lives. The Russian cosmonaut and American astronaut seemed unharmed after the incident, unbelievably given that they fell from a height of 50 kilometers, making a steep ballistic descent under a force many times stronger than gravity. Some called their escape a miracle. A special commission was formed to investigate what went wrong. 3 weeks later, they reached their conclusion. A sensor that was supposed to detect the separation of the stages was faulty.
The reason behind the failure was operational. The accident occurred due to a fault in a sensor. This could only happen at the assembly stage at the Baikonur Cosmodrome.
Behind me is where they put the rocket's parts together, as always, manually. And this is where the investigators believe the sensor metal detail that big was deformed, triggering the emergency landing. Security is higher than ever. Extra people are invited to supervise the process. No journalists are allowed inside.
But we've got the video. The space agency shared with us what they call a technical shooting. They filmed the assembly in fine detail. Every screw, every joint. They know now. It may help the investigation. Just 7 weeks after the failure, Baikonur is ready for the next manned flight. Further delay could disrupt the work of the ISS. And the crew, some of them witnessed the aborted launch in October, seem more confident than ever in the Russian technology that carries astronauts to the International Space Station.
In a way, witnessing that event, to me, was actually reassuring in the smart design of the Soyuz and the incredible work that the search and rescue people here on the ground can do, are ready to do every launch.
I went inside feeling absolutely safe. It is a bit small, that I have to say. As an Italian, I wish that maybe Ferrari could take part in the design, but...
8.5 minutes after takeoff, the Soyuz is expected to reach orbit and just 6 hours later dock with the International Space Station. But this time, it will feel much longer.